I probably could have gone into the businesses and said, I'm giving you 2 weeks to fix these issues, and then I'll sue.
Tonight, Target 7 talks to the woman at the center of 99 lawsuits filed against Albuquerque businesses. She is using the Americans with Disabilities Act to legally file suits to force businesses to comply with those rules. But after Target 7 and Nancy Laughlin's story last week raised some tough questions, the woman admits she was recruited to find businesses she could help sue.
How much money have you gotten so far?
I only get $50 from the lawsuit.
From each lawsuit?
From each lawsuit.
Alyssa Carton is the woman who is suing 99 businesses, most of them in Albuquerque, a lot of them mom and pop shops like Ream's Nursery.
I just felt very heartbroken.
Carton is disabled and says she answered an ad on Craigslist placed by an organization called Advocates for Individuals with Disabilities, or AID for short. It's an organization that has filed more than 1,000 lawsuits like Alyssa's in multiple states.
Were they on Craigslist? Were they advertising that they were looking for somebody with disabilities?
No. They were on Craigslist, but they weren't looking for somebody specific. They didn't say we're looking for somebody with a disability. They said they were looking for somebody who cared about ADA.
ADA is a law that requires businesses be accessible for people with disabilities. And if businesses violate that law with things like bathroom accommodations or improperly marked parking spaces, they can be sued. Alyssa says AID put her in touch with a lawyer. Then she says a woman who works for AID drove her up and down Lomas, checking out business after business, looking for violations.
Who's the driver?
Well, I can't say her name on camera for legal reasons, but she was hired by either the lawyer or AID.
In the case of Ream's Nursery, Alyssa says she didn't go inside, something the owner of the nursery told us too.
Nobody recalls her. Nobody.
Due to the fact that the parking lot and everything around it was full of gravel, that is for me a barrier. I went as close to the nursery as I could and nobody saw me, yes.
And that's what has some legal experts and disability rights activists worried.
It's prompting a lot of anger and resentment on the part of businesses who are struggling to make ends meet. In many cases, they're trying to do the right thing, being accessible to people with disabilities.
Jim Jackson says his organization tries to work with businesses to fix problems first and turns to lawsuits as a last resort. And our legal expert John Day says finding violations can sometimes lead to cash payouts.
They can hit small businesses in a community in volume and make a lot of money.
But Alyssa says businesses can drag their feet to making changes, and people with disabilities are left with restricted access.
These are mom and pop shops who said that had you talked to them, they would have gone out of their way to help you.
I tend to not really believe them. That's really kind of my experience with some of these stores.
But now Alyssa appears to be rethinking at least one of her lawsuits.
I'm not sure if we can drop the case. I need to talk to the lawyer.
And there's new information tonight on those lawsuits. Just days after my story aired, lawyers representing several of those businesses being sued filed a motion in court. They're asking a judge to rule whether those multiple lawsuits are frivolous or malicious. That hearing is scheduled next month. I'll be there and keep you posted. For Target 7, I'm Nancy Laughlin.
Okay, so if you're concerned about lawsuits and your website, you want to go over to adaprotected.com. This is my business. I can help you make sure that you're compliant. You can check out my website. It's got a lot of information here. You can find out a little bit about me and what I can do for you. And then send me an email or give me a telephone call. My contact information is right down here at the end. And I'd be happy to jump on the telephone with you, give you some consultation, tell you what it would cost for us to fix your problem. Okay, again, my name is Marcus Vandermark. I'm the owner of ADA Protected, and I'd be happy to speak to you.